Haid al Jazil could well be one of the most unique places on the planet. The precarious village is perched on a giant rock and overlooks a long, mostly deserted valley in the Yemeni district of Dawan in Hadramaut province. The boulder that serves as the foundation of the village is a natural rock formation that is estimated to be over 10 million years old. This particular town is also located on a boulder that hangs roughly 150 meters above the valley. The village has a unique layout, with narrow alleyways and steep stairs leading up to the houses. The only way to get to the village is by walking up a steep path that winds its way up the boulder. Despite the difficult access, the residents of Haid al Jazil have managed to preserve their way of life and traditions over the years. The village has a rich history that dates back to ancient times. According to local legends, Haid al Jazil was once a thriving commercial center, where merchants from nearby cities would come to trade goods. However, the village was later abandoned due to its remote location and difficult access. There are no permanent rivers or lakes in the whole country, only channels called wadis that fill with water at certain times of the year. Haid al Jazil is precariously positioned so that it sits above the wadi ready for the rain in summer. When it comes, shepherds take their flocks of goat down to graze over the floor of the valley. All the houses in the towering village are made from mud bricks which can be washed away by rain. Constant maintenance is required during the wet season, but the houses are popular in the area because of its dry, arid climate, and some of them date back 500 years. Wooden floors separate one story from the other, with houses rising up to 11 stories high. The geological structure of wadis makes them extremely hot to live in. Walled on both sides, this desert valley traps in the heat and keeps the breeze out. Of the hundreds of people who once called this village home decades ago, a 2004 census revealed a population of just 17, all of them defying isolation, loneliness, and some of the toughest topography. Alamudi, his wife, and their 8 children are the only family who live in their home alone. Others share. "My late father advised me to stay here until I die. My father and mother lived and were buried here," the 49-year-old farmer says as. Alamudi's mud brick home is one of 45 in the village and one of just 3 that are habitable. It offers an impressive view of the valley and its palm groves. Years of heavy rains, erosion, and a lack of regular upkeep have left almost 70% of homes in ruins. A date engraved on its wooden door tells us it was built almost 100 years ago. Rainwater weakened its foundation, and termites gnawed at the wooden ceiling and structural pillars. The population has fallen dramatically in the past 3 decades, with many locals relocating to Saudi Arabia, where the salaries and lifestyle are more appealing. Those who stayed behind were mostly children or the elderly. Alamudi says that when the older generation died, the younger residents opted to do what their fathers had done before them and head to Mukalla, a port city and the capital of Yemen's Hadramaut Governorate. The only sounds that break the silence are those of the farmer's donkey or the chirping birds overhead. Alamudi earns a living by cultivating a farm down deep in the valley. His wealthy relatives in Saudi Arabia also contribute to his survival by sending the family money. There is no school or health facility here. There is no convenience store either. The sick are carried on donkey to the valley and then taken by car to a local hospital, which is almost an hour's drive away. Life here is not easy. The condition of the roads means only off-road cars are able to navigate the way here. Below, there is a small village where people park cars and then load their donkeys for the trek on a high road that is paved with cobblestones. Despite the difficulties, the farmer believes the younger villagers are better off than their ancestors were. The main power grids were built by the local authorities in Hadramaut, and villagers can access electricity between 6 p.m. and 5 a.m. daily. Water services were funded by Saudi philanthropists from Dawan district. It's rare for Haid al Jazil to attract outside interest, especially in today's political climate, with the civil war raging around them.